The Bermuda Road Safety Council presents Stay in Your Lane, hosted by Ashley Battersby.
Welcome to Stay in Your Lane with me, your host, Ashley Battersby. This is a podcast brought to you by the Bermuda Road Safety Council, and we will be, over the time that we do this podcast, we'll be talking about road safety, better decisions on the road, better driving on the road. Today we will be specifically talking about helmet safety. We have a guest that's coming on that was actually riding his bike on a Saturday afternoon and got into a very bad accident, and the injuries he sustained were basically because of the helmet that he was wearing. We also have a helmet guru coming on to drop some gems about helmets that a lot of things we actually don't know. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that. And we couldn't start off this podcast without having the chairman of the Road Safety Council, Chairman Dennis Lister. Welcome.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you for coming. So, Chairman Lister, how did we get here on this podcast?
So, very good question, Ashley. With the Road Safety Council, we're always trying to find new ways to reach a wider audience or to reach different demographics. And so this podcast, which sponsored by the Road Safety Council, hosted by yourself, Stay in Your Lane, that's a new way for us to hit different targets with social media. Mm-hmm. We have the channel 82, so we got different areas so we can hit people with new, as I said, exposure. But it's again all about raising awareness of road safety. Right,
and making sure everyone does what they're supposed to do on the road. Yes. Play their part, stay in your lane, exactly. Literally and figuratively, people. We're gonna have a guest who shattered every bone in his face in a bike accident.
Yes, that guest actually, they reached out through different parties to the Road Safety Council because they actually wanted to get their story out. Mm-hmm. And it's important because in this episode, we were talking about helmet safety. And the choice of helmet that rider chose could have made a difference in his accident. So the importance is about raising awareness on helmet safety, making better informed decisions when you go to purchase a helmet. So this is what this episode is about, and we look forward to hearing further from that guest when they come on.
Absolutely. And we'll also have a helmet guru who's going to come on, speaking of helmet safety, and just give us all the do's and the don'ts, like you said, in purchasing your helmet, which to get, the kind of protection you need, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, as I said, when it comes to helmets, there's a lifespan, there's different certification standards. And so when we have that guest on later, they can elaborate more about selection of helmets, whether it's style, even price and things like that. So this episode, introducing Stay in Your Lane, we first want to start off with helmet safety, because as all of road safety, but your helmet, especially for bike riders, is important. Keeping your head safe, your face safe, and overall keeping you safe.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys stick around because we have a lot to cover. Like we said, we have a guest that shattered every bone in his face. We have a helmet guru that's going to come on and give us the do's and the don'ts about purchasing helmets. And there will be some graphic photos as well, just to put that out there. Our guest has very kindly is willing to share photos of what he looked like after his accident. So for anybody who's a little squeamish, just know that is coming up. But stick around, you don't want to miss it.
We'll be right back after these messages.